Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Off Rift podcast, episode 21. I'm Mercury, that's Vestion and Kevin, and week 3 of the LCP has come and gone. We've got a lot to talk about. 3 teams have been eliminated, 3 teams are confirmed to progress to playoffs, and 2 more will figure out who joins them on Thursday. We'll take a look ahead at the week's matches and probably talk about our gripes with the upcoming format of this week's games. Remember, as always, to submit your burning questions and your hot takes to the answering machine, and we'll look to answer them as they come up. But that's 3 weeks down. We are already at the end of the regular season for Split 3. It feels like this year's just flown by.
Yeah, it's accelerated this format, right?
Yeah.
Especially, I was going to say, especially Split 3, which is just speed running through. Yeah, exactly. Just trying to speed run to the end of the split before Asian Games and Worlds. So I think this has in particular made it feel really fast.
How do you feel, Kevin? Your team has gotten through. We'll talk about it later on, but CFO has progressed to the playoffs. They're top 4. I think this is the first time all year.
I'm with 2 frauds, 2 people that don't know what they're talking about, and they doubted CFO.
Yeah.
How's your tier list looking, buddy?
I will look. For those who didn't see it a few weeks ago when we did the first little thing for the year, people have been memeing it so far. Vestion said that there was 0 chance that GZ didn't make Worlds rather. But they didn't make playoffs. So I guess we can probably start there with a bit of a recap of week 3. GZ, they took down Hawks 3-0. I expected them to win, but not quite as quickly as they did. Especially game 2, I think, had a really, really strong showing, which was what made the rest of their weekend just feel off in comparison.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good showing against SHG. It's hard to exactly know how much of it was Ground Zero playing well and how much of it was SHG not playing well, because obviously they're off the back of losing to DFM, which is not expected, and has to be said as quite a fall from grace. And so it's you got to, of course, there's credit for GZ for making it look so clean, but there's always the doubts that ultimately SHG were at a pretty rough spot when you take the context of their week prior. So yeah, I mean, it was good. It gave me a lot of hope, and I think ultimately I still back what I said in regards to they should have made playoffs 100% of the time. They had the caliber of player that absolutely should have been there, and they just didn't execute on it. And rightfully so got eliminated.
Yeah, I mean, Ground Zero should not have lost to they lost to MVK and DCG, which is kind of rough. I mean, MVK is a top 3 team right now, so maybe it's more acceptable. But even then, I feel like Ground Zero should be up there as top 3 as well.
Especially the DCG loss. That was just, I mean, that was, yeah. It was a bit of an int, right? Not a bit of an int. It was an int. That second game rather, easily winnable. But obviously, yeah, they're out of things by now. We'll see them later in the year. We'll talk about Promo Rel later on. But moving on to Friday's match? It was GAM against DFM. Pretty expected result, all things considering. But now we've found this really interesting situation where we sort of talked about last week. GAM is on the verge of playoffs by only beating DFM. Yeah,
which is crazy, right? Because obviously for that to happen, DFM had to have beaten SHG, but that was never too far fetched, right? It wasn't expected, and no one would have called that ahead of the split. But the fact that we can be in a position where it's possible for a team to they need 3 wins, and 2 of those wins come off the team that has for the entire year been 8th place. There's got to be something wrong here, ultimately there has to be something wrong for that to be the case when you have other teams going up against the hardest teams. Honestly, I'll say I think out of everyone, GZ's had the hardest run there, considering the record, right? Because considering they were 0-2, they had a pretty rough road to get there. Their 0-0 game was against MVK, who now look like a very strong team. DCG, who are off the back of 2nd. We then beat SHG, who, throughout the year have looked reasonably good the entire time. Obviously not the split. And then CFO, who we eventually got eliminated by. It's man, that's a tough set of opponents comparative to GAM, who have beaten DFM twice. That doesn't seem right to me, but nonetheless, that is what occurred.
I mean, the big issue was that DFM, SSG got to play each other, and DSG and GZ had to play each other.
Yeah.
So like, you just had like inter-region combat, and yeah, kind of just like screwed over Ground Zero.
Yeah. And then moving on to Saturday's match, it was MVK against DCG. They actually took him down in 5 games. It was probably, I would say, I mean, one of these teams is most assuredly going to Worlds, maybe even both, depending on how things go. And I'm hoping that MVK do end up making it. But game 5, I don't know what the thought process was behind that draft. Like, obviously, there were other issues as well, but that I don't know why we're drafting Annie MF as our 2 carries there.
Yeah, I mean, they're going for a team fight comp, but it's like a team fight comp that really relies on the enemy team being somewhat squishy, and MVK realizing this early on in the draft.
Cassante mid.
Yeah, exactly. And like, well, there you go. It works perfectly well. Annie can never, ever, ever kill that champ. Ever. It is literally impossible. And then your other champ is Misfortune, who, I mean, admittedly, if you sit there hitting the Cassante for long enough and you get late enough in the game, will be able to eventually kill the Cassante. But like, you have to somehow drag that game out. And it's just not going to happen. That was just very smart drafting by MVK, and deserve credit for that.
Yeah, I mean, MVK's drafting has been pretty solid overall. Like, obviously, I have a few weird drafts here and there, but for the most part, it's pretty good.
And our final series of the weekend, I mean, it started off good for GZ. Let's be honest, it did. And then, I don't know, just like by the time game 4 came around, it was just completely exhausted, you could tell. And then Doggo just ran over them. I feel like Samira, it can be quite easily punished, but I don't know. I don't know what more they could do in that situation.
I mean, Samira is a good pick into our bot lane, specifically, but it's kind of like, if you just get to 2 items, things are okay. Like, even when we're like 6k gold down, we took fights that were like almost winning. Like, we almost won fights, 6k gold down. And like, if we just didn't roll over and die in the first 3 minutes of the game, it was a perfectly winnable game in game 4. But I mean, the biggest issue for that series is not one game in particular. It's all 4 games. We had been destroyed early game. Just absolutely every single game, early game, we lost really hard. Game 1, CFO through, so we were able to win that. Game 2, CFO through again, but then we threw at the end of the game. So it was like, man, we can't expect to be winning series if we're just going to get absolutely smashed every other game. Because we were down like 2k gold at 10 minutes every single game. So it's like something was wrong with the early game, and when something is that wrong, where you're consistently that far behind, you're going to lose. And it was like, okay, we won game 1, but it wasn't like necessarily our amazing play that won us. Sure, everyone played solid. We still had to rely on CFO throwing to get there, which is really problematic. And especially as I said, like, looking at the caliber of players that are in that roster, that shouldn't be the case. Like, it just genuinely shouldn't. I don't think we should look at Betty against Doggo and think either AD carry is significantly better than the other one. And in fact, I would look at Kaiwing thinking he's better than Kino, which to me would mean our bot lane should be stronger, but they were just getting absolutely smashed. So the level of play just wasn't up to par, and thus didn't make it.
I mean, game 1, like, yeah, we were winning, but I thought we just had a really hard draft. But I mean, the weird thing is, I thought CFO draft for game 3 and 4 was also really hard, but I feel like we played the cleanest game 3 and 4. Like, I don't think we threw either of those games.
Yeah,
I think like our early lead was just like, like game 1 and 2 we were kind of sloppy. Obviously we're winning early game, but we kind of threw it at like the midpoint. 25 minutes both games was kind of like floppy. But game 3 and 4, I don't think we ever lost our lead or lost control.
No.
So I was actually kind of like surprised that draft with Vayne bot, or like, Samir bot are the games that we play the cleanest.
Yeah. No, you guys absolutely destroyed us every single early game. But yeah, in game 3 and 4, it was like you destroyed us the whole game. There was no throws, which is obviously really good to see for you guys. Whereas, yeah, the other 2 games, I mean, realistically, we probably should have won game 1 and 2 based on the throws, but we just also threw in game 2, which meant obviously we lost.
Looking at the championship points, obviously, because that's the most important factor of this. GZ is locked in to the promotion rel. There's too many points difference between them and
Yeah, of
DCG. So they'll be playing in November to defend their spot. It's just a BO5, but even still, it does suck being that late in the year. It's like an extra 3 months, so they have to just sit around and not knowing if they're going to be in the league next year. I hope that they can. I hope that they can remain, because this team, I think,
I hate the promotion format. It's just one BO5 after 3 months of not playing, so both teams just could be like coin flipping.
Even DFM, it's the same thing. Like they just play one.
I mean, DFM. Yeah, that's right. They also have one BO5. Yeah, that's right.
DFM just watch more games before theirs. That's the only difference.
Yeah. I don't know why they just don't have like a double elimination bracket. That way, like, even if DFM is the better team, they just have like a safety net to warm up. They get to play like, first round and just like chill a bit and just like against a weaker opponent.
Yeah, it does
like,
feel rough.
I don't know, Ground Zero and all those teams should do it too. Like the some format where you get to just warm up.
Yeah, I was gonna say it does feel rough. Entire businesses just hanging the balance on one best of 5.
Yeah.
League of Legends of all things, like damn.
You have one best of 5, and if you win, you have a job. If you lose, you're just fucked.
I mean, that's the Chiefs situation. Except they didn't have too long of a wait in between. It was like
the Chiefs one was. Yeah, the Chiefs one. So as soon as the finals ended, it was the very next weekend was when the promotion relegations were. So I mean, that made a lot more sense than 3 months later.
They only played one BO5, but at least it was like somewhat close, so they weren't like rusty.
It's just 1 week difference from that was from end of playoffs, but still it was. Now GZ are waiting for playoffs to finish, and then they're waiting for Asian Games to finish, and they're waiting for Worlds to finish, and then they play the promo relo. Which, by the way, if a team
play a different patch and completely different
and by the way, if a team promotes, that gives them like if a team promotes that isn't from Taiwan, that gives them like 2 months to get set up over in a different country. Like that's that's close timing, man. That is not easy.
It might even be less than 2 months, because like this.
True.
It finished on. It started on the 16th of January. That's like that is almost 2 months exactly. So it's like,
and the year before was the 6th of January. So
wow.
Yeah, so if it's either of those, it's like you don't have any time at all to try and get a business set up in Taiwan with a house and like work out living arrangements.
I mean, it's better than Ground Zero. They had like a few weeks.
Dude.
Yeah.
At least
from when they got announced to like when they had to set up everything.
At least they had a little bit of a buffer with being in the PCS already, but even still, it was a pretty arduous move for them, from what I understand.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's another thing that's going to be interesting, and probably something that will end up being a learning curve at some point. But, well, I guess just depends on what happens. Like, if it's just GZ and DFM win their thing, then, oh, well, we won't learn anything because they've already set up there, so no worries. But, yeah, you never know.
That moves us on to, I guess, sort of a broader talk about championship points, because we find ourselves in a weird situation this week where only one of the matches is like a
meaningful.
Is meaningful. I don't want to sound rude, but it's the Thursday match is the only match that is elimination progression. That's the DCG GAM one, which we'll get into later. But the rest of the weekend is a bit confusing to me. I'm trying to understand it, because DFM and GZ are playing a BO5 for the 6th and 7th tiebreaker, but I don't understand.
It should be for 8th and 7th.
Yeah. Oh no, because
for this split.
6th and 7th.
For the split. For the split. Yeah, which doesn't matter because we've got enough championship points.
Exactly.
That it won't make any difference.
There's like a buffer of 10 championship points or something, and the I think 5. It's 8. It's like an extra 5 points. So even if DFM win this series, it doesn't move the needle at all.
Yeah.
And the same thing with I'm trying to understand the rest of them, because MVK and CFO play a tiebreaker. That makes sense.
Yeah, but it's like it doesn't make sense by virtue of no matter what happens,
they'll play again first round.
It should just simply be CFO against MVK on one side, and then Team Secret Wales against whoever wins the Thursday match on the other side.
Exactly, yeah.
That's all that should happen.
1-4 and 2-3.
And then from that, it's the losers will verse each other and the winners will verse each other. It's like, yeah, I have absolutely no idea what the point of the Sunday game is. Absolutely zero. Just absolutely no idea.
On Sunday, I believe, is that right? No, that can't be right, is it? Because I think in seeding, yeah, Sunday is Team Secret Wales playing someone. That's my thing. I'm confused by it. Because Friday is the CFO MVK match. Saturday is the GZ DFM. I guess the winner
Sunday's
of
the first day of playoffs. Hopefully.
I hope it
it's not
is.
some other weird shit. Because what's the point? Team Secret Wales are first, man.
Yeah.
Dear God. It should be playoffs then.
Having the first quarterfinals on the Sunday feels off to me.
No, it's the winner of CFO MVK plays Secret Wales to see who's first place in regular season.
But Team Secret Wales are. They're 3-0.
Yeah,
right?
I know, but for some reason we're doing a first seed decider. So even though Secret Wales are the only team that went 3-0, they're not actually first. They have to play a tiebreaker.
What? Well, no, surely not.
Listen, I'm not gonna. I don't want to sound like I'm coping, but honestly, this weekend matches are all actually kind of useless. Like if CFO beat MVK, the only exception was if we also beat Secret Wales, which would be kind of unfair because we lost to them earlier on.
Yeah.
So if we beat them, then we would get first seed, which I guess is like kind of helpful.
Wait, but I thought they were even then locked. I thought they were locked. No, they're not like 50
locked
points.
In. Yeah, but that's just because they can only place fourth at worst.
You know what it's for, Kevin? They know how much we want to watch the 2v2s. That's what it is.
Yes, true.
That's 3 extra days of 2v2s.
The whole format makes absolute sense. Because let's say we beat MVK, right?
Yeah.
And then we lose to Secret Wales. We're probably playing MVK again next week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
but
you're playing two
BO5
BO5s.
Is 100 times more important than this BO5.
So
if we if we pull out the Samira again, right? Or the first time we ever pulled out Samira was against MVK. Then next week they're like, oh, they can play Samira, we can lose to it. Oh, okay, we'll just have to keep that in mind. So if anything, we're just leaking strats by trying to win.
Are we playing a whole BO5 just to determine side selection for game 1 of quarterfinals? Is that what this is?
Yes. Yeah, basically. We're doing a BO5 to see who's second seed, and then we're going to do another BO5 to see who's first seed, because apparently Secret Wales aren't first seed. Even though they're the only team that went 3-0.
Because
I don't understand the point of these BO5s.
Yeah.
The only one that matters to me is DCG versus GAM. I'm going to be watching CFO versus MVK, but I'm actually going to give 0 fucks. Because if we beat MVK or they beat us, it's like, okay, we're going to play them against next week anyway, so who cares? And that next week match is the playoffs, and that's way more important.
Have they just not put... No, they have. I'm looking at the wiki right now, and I'm like... They've got a seeding match for Team Secret Wales, and then only 3 quarterfinals match. Oh, no, hang on, that makes sense. Yeah, this is weird. I thought they were locked as first... Oh my god.
Double elimination, top 4, so it's very short playoffs.
I don't know what the thought process is behind Team Secret Wales playing another. They won fair and square. Even if they win this, it's like, okay, it's the exact same situation we find ourselves in now.
That just makes no sense, man.
I don't know why CFO and MVK are playing BO5, because I'm pretty sure next week we're also going to play another BO5.
You guys just have to play 2 BO5s back to back.
Yeah, but only one of them matters way more than the other.
Yeah, but only one of them can have the 2v2, so that's why we need this one.
No, the format sucks. There's no sugarcoating it. It's fucking terrible.
I just
why is Ground Zero DFM playing? Why are they
that
playing on a
is the
Saturday?
most absurd one to me. Is GZ DFM. There's nothing changes. I don't get it.
It's beautiful.
I feel like you said last week, we could just do 5 days of games, maybe 6 days of games, and just do BO3s all the time. And we could easily fill a whole
4 weeks of technically regular season, right?
Yeah.
If you just do 2 BO3s a week, I guess the first week would be 1, right? So you'd have 7 games. You basically have
you can easily fill that out,
single
round
robin.
Amount of time.
Yeah, in the same amount of time. Yeah. So I don't understand this format. And at least then the other one would be a lot more accurate.
And then you wouldn't need a seeding week, right? So you could do the finals a week earlier, and then you could do promo the week
No,
after.
I mean seeding week would be included in because there's 3 weeks, right? And week 4 is seeding
oh,
week.
yeah, true. Even
So the
still.
seeding week would just be regular season round robin. Because that's my 4 weeks of, like 1 BO3, 2 BO3, 2, and that's 7 BO3s.
This is awesome.
I love that this is...
I mean, like, I don't know what the point of these matches are.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
like, am I supposed to get excited if CFL beats MVK, but then the week after we have to play MVK again, and then we lose?
Well,
that's our playoff run.
That's one thing, but you try and explain to me how anyone on Ground Zero or DFM are supposed to give even the slightest fuck about this upcoming game.
They're not.
Yeah, like who cares, man? Like if I was them, it's like okay, as soon as that last series happening at CFO as Ground Zero, it's like, all right, fuck this, I'm gonna go see my family. Who cares about scrimming, man? If I win or lose this, it means literally I don't have to play a meaningful game for another 3 months.
Yeah.
3 months, bro. This doesn't matter at all. It has zero implications.
Yeah.
Zero.
I also don't know why it's on a Saturday. Why is DC GAM on a Thursday, which is like the most important match of the whole week?
You'd want to build that up over the course of the week.
Thursday.
Well,
like put the shitty match on Thursday and then put the good match on Saturday, Sunday.
Who's on Friday? Because that's probably
what Friday is MVK.
Yeah. And then, but this. I don't get it, man. Why is Team Secret Wales playing? Why is GZDFM playing? I don't understand. How is it possible that Team Secret Wales aren't first? They're the only team that didn't lose.
They beat both MVK and CFO in the regular season.
Yeah. Bro.
Yeah.
They swept them. They swept this entire playoff.
Okay, I'll be honest.
Even if they didn't, like, it still would be like kind of weird that, like, okay, one team that just never lost has to defend their number 1 spot while another team that lost can challenge it.
I didn't like last year's split 3 thing with the whole groups and then going and up and down in the groups. Like, I thought that sucked, and somehow we've outdone it. Somehow, like you remember last split, last year, Kevin? It was like MVK are just in the lower bracket, just shitting on everyone. They've promoted. Talon's demoted.
Yeah.
Talon went from 0-8 in game score to 10-0. Bro, it's like, okay, there's just such a big difference, man. Like, why is this a thing? Why is this a thing?
They qualified to playoffs beating Chiefs and DFM.
Yes. They were 0-8, and then they had the glory of their first matchup being against Chiefs Esports Club. And then all of a sudden, they hadn't lost another game until they were in the quarter or the lower bracket finals. It's like, that sucked. But now I'm in a position where I have two entire days of games that don't three entire days of games that mean zero, just flat out mean nothing. Because like, okay, sure, someone wins the Friday and then they verse Team Secret Wales, and like maybe they win and for some reason get first seed. But to me, that's just a robbery, man. Like, why should Team Secret Wales have to play this week? Like maybe it's good that they are playing, but like, why should it cost them first seed if they don't play well? They have one off day and they lose first seed.
I think last year's split 3 format, I thought it was fine. Like, I don't mind the splitting up the 2 groups system. Like, because like
it's like Legend.
I mean, like as a casual viewer, you could just watch the top group and just have good matches. But like every match mattered. Like every match was important, right? Like it meant something. Whereas like this time, I feel like some of these matches don't matter. Especially, I mean, mostly the seeding ones. I guess. What is it? The Swiss stage does matter. Yeah, Thursday matters, but Friday, Saturday, Sunday don't matter. And like, I mean, like, also the format was a lot more fair to Chiefs. Like, Chiefs had a lot of opportunities to, like, not suck. Whereas like, Ground Zero had like 1 or 2, and then eventually you guys were just like fucked. Because like,
if this was
beating a 2-1 team is like it's rough, dude.
If this was the same as last split, 100% we're making playoffs. 6 teams going to playoffs. With the 2 different groups, because like you put GZ in the lower group, man, they're beating everyone. Like maybe them and whoever's like 5th, 6th.
But even if you don't, like you have like 5 weeks to improve or something like that.
Yeah,
that's like 5 weeks.
And like the one thing I guess to defend Ground Zero is like they've spent 3 weeks playing Major's bot, with a guy like Betty. It's like, well, that was like we've had barely any time together, and we used it on bad practice. Yes. So it's like that is the only leeway I will give. Is like, okay, it's like that's a pretty rough situation. I still don't think that matters. I still think they should have qualified regardless. But like that's the one thing you can give them. That last split wouldn't have been as big of an issue because you would have had more than I've lost 2 games and now I'm have to win every game from here on out. Like like I mean again, Talon were 0-8.
Yeah.
Like imagine if someone could go 0-8 this split. It's like okay, and they still could make playoffs. It's like well, at least that gives them time to grow. Like do they deserve it? It's hard to argue, but like they have time to improve. Now it's just like nah. Like nah.
Yeah.
If you're not really good on week 1, you're out of here. Oh, awesome.
It's I don't know. I don't like systems like that where it's just like play now and win or you're just out and done. Like to me, it's just like really, really, really tough to perform.
Mhm.
It's just so flippy, like because we're going to a brand new split. Like, what if Secret Wales just had a bad read, like and they just get fucked over, like, and they have no time to like course correct. I feel like that's like rough. Obviously, Secret Wales is a good team, so that won't happen, but it could happen, right?
Yeah.
And we could
You
we'll never know. We'll never know because
Yes.
Ground Zero just lost.
If you have one person that's not performing to their usual standard, which can happen for any reason, like obviously, God forbid, but like if someone had some personal issues going on in the background that like inhibited their ability to play as well as they usually would,
or if they
like,
got sick,
Yeah, if they had a cold or whatever, it's like, well, now they could just like they're probably not going to be eliminated because they are the best team in our league. But like again, if they were slightly worse and that happened, it's like, well, now all of a sudden our best team in our league is just getting eliminated because they only have two lives or 3 lives, which is like that's pretty.
I mean, if they were in Ground Zero situation, the first 2 weeks they had like I don't know COVID or something, right? And then week 3 they're like, oh, we improved and we beat SoftBank. And now it's like, oh, we have to beat the best team or second best team, and they just like fuck it up. And they just like are eliminated. I feel like that's crazy.
True. I mean, they've almost lost 2 best of 5s to DCG. Admittedly, they didn't lose them, but like one thing goes wrong, they lose those. It's like all of a sudden you could have them out. It's like we probably need more than just 3 losses to completely eliminate a team. I feel. But again, this was this. It's still not an excuse for GZ because I still think they greatly underperformed, and it is. At least somewhat shameful
I just
that
want
they
the
did
best
so,
teams
but...
to like perform and go to playoffs and like compete. So that I mean, like I'm not a GZ fan by any means, but I just want to make sure that like the teams that are eliminating are the teams that suck and don't deserve to be there.
Yeah.
And I just feel like the format is just really, really rough, and they didn't really have a chance to redeem themselves.
Yep, this is true.
And even if I'm looking at, sorry, I still can't get over the format. I'm looking at the point distribution now, and from what I'm reading, the Team Secret Wales one doesn't even make even more sense because they've already locked the 50 from Swiss. Like even if MVK beat them in the decider, they're only going to get 40 points.
It just doesn't matter, man. It's all of the games, they're just there just for the love of the game. Like they're just there for fun. I swear none of it matters. Not a single game matters. Maybe the Friday one matters based on side select, maybe. But like outside that, whatever.
I mean, if we beat Secret Wales, I guess it kind of matters, right? Then we'll be first seed and Secret Wales will be second seed for some reason.
I don't know. Anyway, look, I'm just going to go in assuming Team Secret Wales are going in first seed. No one looks close to them.
I mean, I'm not going to really,
Yeah,
I was going to say,
we can look at the games if we want.
I just don't think there's a point.
Yeah, fair.
Like I don't. You want to talk about? I don't think like I don't think DFM or Ground Zero should care. Well, I don't think anyone should care. I don't think that CFO or MVK should put their best foot forward. I think neither team should try. I genuinely think that. I think both teams should just go out there and play only stuff that everyone knows they play, and don't do anything unique. We don't want to see Shadow doing anything creative. Like literally just full clear, 4 clear. If there's a gank. But like, I swear that's the best way to do it because this game means nothing and the playoffs does. So I don't think there's a point predicting because I don't think either team, for especially the Friday, Saturday, Sundays, I don't think any of them should care.
Yeah,
like this is.
I think both teams will just play standard, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah,
like if what is it? We're just gonna pick standard comps. We're not gonna see like crazy stuff like what is it? Xante mid, for example. Like if they pull out, if MVK tryhards and just gives up all their information, that'd be great. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I
people say
love that.
troll drafts to just like try to fuck with the other team. Like, yo,
Yeah.
we can play Janatop, and it's like, oh shit, like I don't know, maybe that could be a possibility. But
Yeah,
like, it's not gonna be like legit gaming. I don't
obviously
think so.
teams should try. Like, the competitive integrity is important, but like they should not do anything that could possibly give away strats for the important games as playoffs.
Yeah. No, 100%. I do want to get your predictions on DCG GAM, though. Heading into that, our final
That's
decider. That one, ooh, I'm leaning towards DCG just
Well,
because.
color me surprised.
I mean, come on, let's be fair. Can we really accurately gauge GAM's strengths when they've only beaten DFM this split?
No, you can't. You can't.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think DCG should qualify.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but my counter argument would be DCG only beat DFM once, whereas GAM beat DFM
True.
twice.
No, now you're
Wow.
onto something.
Did
Now you're onto
DCG
something.
beat DFM twice? No. What bums, dude.
Yeah, no, I think I have to go with DCG because I think it's like, and honestly, I think it's an absolute sham if a team qualifies beating DFM twice. I think it's
Yes.
such a sham. I think like that is just such a big problem. So like the fact you're 2-2 and both of the wins you have are against the team that has been 8th the entire year
Yeah.
is like nice, man. So I think DCG, and honestly, I mean, it's always going to come down to the 665 or the pop 9 coin flip. Like that, ultimately, it is what it is. That's what it comes down to. But I think against a team like GAM, he's more than like, it's like a 60% chance of being a good flip. So that should lead to a win. But I do, it's not going to be a 3-0. I can tell you that for sure. This guy is too inconsistent.
Yeah.
And Florin hasn't been playoff Florin. So
Well, Draktar's had a pretty rough split as well. So I think it's possible to be a 3-0. I'm going to say 3-1.
you should probably say rough year, to be honest,
fair.
for Drakthar.
Yeah.
But like, that team doesn't rely on Drakthar, whereas DCG relies on 665. That's the big difference.
No, you're right. You're right.
That's like, they're different. They have different roles within the team, I think. At least that's my opinion. But that's why, like, okay, Drakthar's not having a great game. Well, it's not like GAM are winning because Drakthar's having a good game, So it's like, whatever. Whereas if 665 is inting, they're losing. And he's only ever inting or Giga carrying. There's like no in between. It's a full reverse or full acceleration. That's just who he has always been as a player.
What are you, Kevin? What's your prediction?
I'm gonna surprise everyone by picking DCG 3-1.
3-1, yeah.
Because I have no faith in GAM. Like I mean, like I think they downgraded mid. I don't think they've been playing that well. Like
You're a big
CFO.
Glory
They just got
fan.
ran down by MVK.
You said the Glory was better than Eris.
I've never said that. I've said the
I
exact
swear
opposite.
you said that. You were saying after EW,
You never say that.
after
Dude,
EWC, you were
if
saying
watch
like,
CFO
he's...
versus was it CFO versus GAM games? Dude, that motherfucker did not land a single Orianna ult. That guy was missing
It looked
every
bad.
single one.
That Ori looked bad.
I was like in shock, dude. I was like, this is the mid laner they decided to keep? Like, what the fuck?
I want to know, like
that's crazy.
dropping Eris was such a surprise to me. To go off topic for a little bit, because like he's been pretty solid all year. Like he's not a top 3 mid laner, but he's like doing his part on the team.
They need to bring back Emo, man. Emo was the king of the domestic league, and Ares was only good internationally. That was like the dynamic they had last year. I don't know if you remember, but that was like for MSI, it was like you bring out Ares and he looked better than Emo, but domestically it was like Ares couldn't buy a win, and then Emo was winning the majority of his games. It was like that was how those two worked. Yeah, I don't know. GAM is weird. GAM is so weird. They've got 2 wins against DCG, so like congrats. But I mean DFM, but like come on, man. It's just they are the benefactors to the format.
Yeah,
they are the biggest winners of this format so far.
Yeah, I guess that pretty much does it for this week of games. Weirdly enough, it feels weird sort of doing that part this early into the episode.
Also, my bad. It was Glory against RS, or what is it, Fisher. When he was playing Orianna, missed every single shockwave. Go back and check that out. That's like the CFO.
Yeah. But I guess we could take a look around the pond for. We could have a look at the tier 2. Obviously, you guys, CFO Academy, they've been playing pretty solid in the playoffs. They, I believe, 2-0'd yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So they're going to be...
we're undefeated.
Yeah, you guys are looking pretty solid overall. I think the finals is the 6th of September. So I'm excited to see which PCS team will be going to the regional merit. What are your thoughts on in the case, because CFO Academy won't play against GZ in the promo, right? It will be put to whoever
it'll
the
be
second place
FAK
team is.
or SSG.
Hmm.
One of those
Yeah.
two.
SSG would be interesting because half their players would have to be replaced.
Wait, really?
Oh
Oh, yeah.
Chinese players can't get into Taiwan. So
Oh, really? I heard from Molecule, he thought differently.
I'm pretty sure if you have a Chinese passport, you can't enter Taiwan. And that's why Shadow's in Taiwan on an Italian passport.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, Shadow's Italian. Not
Like
Chinese.
it is straight up, you cannot go into Taiwan with a Chinese passport. That is my
I think
understanding.
you can't get a working visa.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Right.
I'm pretty sure you can like visit and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, like
Maybe you're right.
working
Yeah,
might
maybe
be a
you're
little
right.
bit difficult.
Like, as far as I know, it's difficult, and you don't have enough time because maybe if like SSG is like a legit org and they applied 1 year in advance, they could eventually get in. But from my understanding, is like if you sign a team, right, you're signing them like in November, and like 1 or 2 months is not enough time to apply for a visa. So that's why it's just like not possible.
Right.
I doubt like SSG knows what they're doing, like, you know, on visas and stuff. But I'm not a visa expert, obviously, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna guess that they can't get in, and they'll have to replace jungle and support if they do promote. But I don't know what's gonna happen there.
It would be fun to
Like
see.
both orgs are kind of like, I don't know. I'm not sure how big they are.
Either way, Driver or YSKM versus Yijang. That's gonna be a fun match. I'm just looking at the comps right now.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, Yijang's always just beating everyone in lane. It's like it's just like he'll beat both of those guys in lane and then just do nothing in team fights.
Well, YSKM also beats everyone in lane, but then does nothing in team fights because he picks the weirdest shit.
I swear he doesn't do that anymore though. Like every time I watch him in the PCS, he is like giga sprinting, like just absolutely sprinting it.
His problem is his champion pool. So YSKM is a player that if you just like, when did he debut? Like 4 years ago? If you went back 4 years and then time travel to now, it would be the exact same player. Like nothing has changed about this guy. He still plays exactly like the same weird way. Like even watching PCS, he still has like, you know, Irelia just randomly pop up out of nowhere.
Like ironically, I wish Yijang was more like that. Like not to that extreme. Not to that extreme, but like I wish he would just like see a good angle to lock in Riven and lock in Riven, you know, instead of getting my like picking up Blade of the Ruined King, Black Cleaver Jax. You know, like
yeah, that was unforgivable.
You know what I mean? Like I'd rather have a Riven.
I loved it for that.
Like what the fuck are we?
That was unforgivable. That itemization.
Yeah,
I saw the phage and I'm like, oh, okay, he's going Triforce.
Yeah, no, me too. That's what I assumed as well. But no, it turned into a Black Cleaver for some reason.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know. Just inexplicable.
I think YSKM's Jax is better than Ejang's Jax.
Probably.
But
like that's one of his
I
4 champs, man. He plays 4
is great on Jax, Irelia, Gwen. Like
the problem is YSKM's champ pool all just absolutely gets pulverized by Rumble. Just every single champ he plays, and it's like tank he picks is like he can pick Cassante or Sion, I guess, but like outside of that, he just has no champ into Rumble.
Cassante,
yeah, but he just has nothing into Rumble, like absolutely nothing. And then like there's also just like all of his champs aren't that good against Renekton either. So it's just like these staple meta picks, and his champ pool just sucks against them. And honestly, these days as well, they're not even that good into Gnar. Like they were, obviously. Irelia is a very, very standard, and Jax are a typical counter to Gnar. But now the lethal tempo Gnar, you can't kill the Gnar quick enough, and it stacks up lethal tempo and just fucking kills you. It's ridiculous. But like this is actually what happens now. It's like as soon as lethal tempo Doran's bow existed, the matchups have swung because you get those 2 health pots instead of 1, and instead of like 80 HP, which doesn't matter comparative to a health pot. And it's like these matchups have now swung. They're completely different because you have enough healing from your pot to get you to Mega Gnar, which means you can beat these matchups.
Yeah, I mean, YSKM is a weird player, but every time I watch him play and he pops off, it's always the most exciting thing ever. He is just like Hong Kong the Shy. Like, that's just like who he is. And it is exactly like watching the Shy. you know, like the Shy will run it down, and you're like, dude, this guy's fucking disgusting. Enter. But then when he pops off, it's like the most like amazing thing ever, and you get hyped. You forget about all those terrible games, and you're like, why is Gam? I love you. You're so good. And then he'll just pull out a stinker and just run it down. You're like, dude, this guy's a fucking bum. But yeah, I mean, he can't play ranked champions. He's very limited. I'd be really excited to watch him play against Ejong, though. I feel like that'd be so much fun.
He is super hard countered by the ban phase of Champs League too. Or Fearless, where it's still one of my favorite things of all time that DCG just went into game 1 of Fearless, picked 4 of his champs and an AD carry, and still won the game. They just picked 4 YSKM champs, an AD carry, and then won. It's just like, okay, man, this series is fucking cooked. This guy has literally no champs left. They lost the game.
That was
DCG troll picked. Well, it's not even troll pick. It's like they're like sacrificing a game and then didn't even end up sacrificing it.
Yeah, they won the game. And then after that, they just kept like. At that point, YSK had like nothing left. It was like absolutely fucked. Oh, it was so great, dude. It was actually a crazy moment.
Yeah. The fact they won that game is so unbelievable. Like, just so unbelievable, man.
Dude, I want to pull it up, dude. It's like there was like 4 melee champions.
And
they
still
an AD carry. Won.
Yeah, it was like, what was it? It was like Camille, Aurelia. I think it was like Aurelia mid, Jax top or something. It was
okay. I think it was Fiora, Jax, Aurelia, Victor, Camille.
Yeah.
And YSK pick a Sunday, and so he basically just like lost 5 champions in one game. Because after he had to play, he played Scion into Shen and just got turbo stomped, and then he had to play Udyr into Renekton and just got turbo stomped. He went 0-4-5 and then 1-7-5.
Oh,
like
man.
it was crazy, dude. They just fucked him so hard. It was crazy.
So good.
I love it. It was a great moment. It was great.
Either way, it'll be fun to see these players on the LCP stage, and then we've got VCS, which I believe is in October for their finals. Same thing with the like wild card region, that sort of thing. It's about October as well. But we've got three finals the weekend after LCP concludes. We've got LJL finals, so Funnel versus someone. That's on Sunday. We've got PCS finals.
Offline finals.
Pardon?
Offline.
Oh, really?
There's an event.
Oh, nice. If I wasn't in Melbourne,
you're in Tokyo, you check it out.
If I wasn't in Melbourne, I'd maybe think about going. No, I wouldn't. It's too far. Yeah, so we've got Funnels playing up against someone. We've got PCS finals later that day. I think there's like a 4-hour gap between them, so you probably can catch both of them if you're interested. And then we've got Flash as well. That'll be on the Saturday. 2 teams have qualified for the playoffs at this point. We've got Trident and Ion.
4 teams now.
Oh, have they? Oh, yes. I'm blind. Yes. 4 teams have qualified. 2 more playoffs. 2 more qualifiers, rather. How's getting in early going?
Oh, they're all right. There's just a bit of inting going on, but that's all right. It's par for the course. Honestly, obviously we would have rather have qualified day 1, but we're also just still getting to play games, whereas the other teams don't. You know? So as long as we qualify, it's like I don't actually mind that much. We're just getting more practice together, which is good. Because how does
the qualifiers work?
So
each day is like a different tournament. So like each day is a different tournament. So like Friday, the top 2 teams from Friday qualify, then the top 2 teams from Saturday qualify, and then this week the top 2 from Friday, and then the top 2 from Saturday, and then that's who was in playoffs. Those 8 teams.
Okay.
So right now it's on the first weekend, so 4 teams have qualified, and now we're on to the second.
We'll be live.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, and then we'll have playoffs going on over the course of, I think it's Friday, Saturday, and then Friday. So it's not going to coincide too much with the LCP, especially the grand finals as well, because that's just on the Saturday and Sunday. And then finals we'll be down at Fortress in Melbourne. I'll be there in person, so say hi if you see me, or I hope Ben will be there as well. If the team qualifies for the finals,
I hope so too.
Maybe he'll end up going to Vietnam as well. Busy schedule all around. Obviously you're heading to ENC after that as well. So it's going to be a very, very busy time of the year for esports in general. The next few months, but I guess that's sort of all the news that there is this week. Obviously, the meta and all that kind of stuff, but we'll have to wait and see how much changes on the new patch, because it might not change too much at all. But I guess were there any other things you guys wanted to talk about before we close things out?
Not really. No, I think I'm mostly covered.
Watched LCP next weekend and watch PCS next week.
What's Thursday's game as well?
CFO.
The others.
Oh, I guess whatever. Watch
Well,
Thursday,
no,
then you
you
can
don't have to
enjoy
miss
the weekend.
them, but
If you were gonna choose a day to watch, if you
Yeah.
only could choose one, definitely choose the Thursday.
if you're worried about like catching up with friends, but it might coincide with the LCP, or uni or whatever, just maybe do your socializing this weekend. The games aren't as impactful as what's coming up next.
They have zero weight behind them, unfortunately.
Yeah, and we still don't understand the format. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, you go.
I found out
Were you
live.
gonna
I was gonna say, yeah. I think the biggest crime with the format is you can ask people who do nothing but watch the LCP what the format is, and they still can't explain it to you.
I have not watched I think I've watched like 1 or 2 games of other regions this year. This split. I do not know anything about this region's format. That's how confused I am at this point.
Yeah.
It's the most complicated format that even experts can't understand it.
It feels needlessly complicated. That's the thing as well. It feels like it's just adding extra steps just because.
Yeah, just to get
it's
more
exciting,
words.
right? You don't know if a match's gonna matter. You don't know if, like, if a
You
team
don't know if you're
winning
going to
is
show
gonna
up at the
win.
arena on the weekend
Like,
or what.
I'm currently studying, so what I think has happened is Riot LA gave Riot APAC like, okay, you have to make a format and it cannot be under 1,500 words. And so it's kind of like when you're doing an essay for uni and you just start putting in filler words, like instead of like there's never I'm, it's always I am.
Yeah.
You know, so in order to make sure they hit the word count, they just started adding different shit to the format that didn't matter, but it hit that word count. So that's what I think happened.
That might be a good theory. We'll have to figure. We'll have to get to the bottom of it.
Maybe it's because like NA always gets blamed for having a terrible format.
They
So they're just trying to make LCP's format worse to like pull off
the
heat.
scapegoat.
Like, hey, at least we're not as bad as those guys. Like, it's like, that's true. It's like, would you rather have NA's shitty format or LCP? And it's like, dude, LCP is way worse, dude. I'm glad we have NA's format.
Moon's saying they used AI to create it.
Einstein created relativity to try and work out what the split 3 LCP format was, and that still couldn't get it done.
And they've done revisions all over the years to try and figure it out.
Yeah.
No, impossible.
No, and somehow we ended up with the flat Earth. Like that's how bad it got. Like people could misunderstood the format so bad. There's an ice wall now. The birds have batteries and spy on us. It's like we're off the deep end. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we got to, unfortunately. Yeah, but big jobs.
Yeah. We'll be back next week to cover sort of a pre-playoffs that should be a little bit longer. We might have some guests on as well. It'll be a lot more up and positive than today's one was overall. But thank you everyone for tuning in to this episode of the Off Riff podcast. The episode will be up on YouTube and Spotify hopefully tomorrow if I am not busy and lazy. But we'll see you guys next week and over the course of the weekend every now and then, probably the co-stream. So take care everyone. See ya.